Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. Tension is rising in Washington as the Commanders and their star wide receiver Terry McLaurin find themselves at a crossroads just before training camp. Reports from NFL Rumors on X reveal that McLaurin, entering the final year of his contract, is pushing hard for a lucrative new deal rumored to be around $30 million annually over 3 years. The atmosphere is charged with uncertainty as the wide receiver's dissatisfaction with his current contract predates minicamp. If the two sides fail to find common ground soon, whispers of a trade might dominate headlines in the weeks ahead. McLaurin's impressive production and steadfast presence on the field make this dispute all the more significant. The situation feels like a ticking time bomb, with the Commanders faced with a difficult choice. Meet McLaurin's demands or risk losing one of their most reliable offensive weapons to another team before the season even starts. Terry McLaurin's value to the Commanders cannot be overstated, especially when you consider his incredible consistency as a receiver. Year after year, McLaurin has proven to be a rock in Washington's offense, breaking the 1,000-yard receiving mark for 5 consecutive seasons, an elite feat in the NFL. His ability to maintain such performance levels despite the revolving door at quarterback speaks volumes about his skill and determination. Even at 29, McLaurin shows no signs of slowing down, continuing to impress with crisp route running and hands that rarely let the ball slip away. In 2024 alone, he's already notched 13 touchdowns, demonstrating his knack for finding the end zone against some of the toughest defensive backs in the league. For a team trying to build offensive momentum, McLaurin's steady production is a priceless asset. If the Commanders and McLaurin's contract talks reach an impasse, the possibility of a trade becomes increasingly real. Several teams stand out as logical destinations for a wide receiver of his caliber, each with unique needs that McLaurin could fulfill. The Las Vegas Raiders, for example, have been searching for a true number 1 receiver to complement Geno Smith's game and stabilize their offense. With the loss of Davante Adams via trade, the Raiders lack that dominant outside threat, and McLaurin fits that role perfectly. His blend of reliability and playmaking ability could provide the Raiders with the offensive boost they desperately need. A trade to Las Vegas would allow McLaurin to step into a starring role immediately. Another intriguing potential landing spot for McLaurin is the Los Angeles Chargers, who are eager to bolster their receiving core for quarterback Justin Herbert. While the Chargers have some promising talent in the slot, like rising star lad McConkey, they lack a true X receiver who can consistently stretch the field and create explosive plays. McLaurin's experience and consistent output would be a perfect fit alongside Herbert, giving the Chargers a more dynamic and balanced attack. Adding McLaurin could push the Chargers into a higher tier offensively, making them a tougher matchup week after week. For McLaurin, a move to LA might represent a fresh start with a talented young quarterback primed to maximize his skills. The Pittsburgh Steelers also emerge as a viable trade destination for McLaurin. The Steelers have been aggressive in reshaping their roster this offseason, but still lack a reliable number 2 receiver to complement DK Metcalf. McLaurin's proven ability to produce at a high level and serve as a steady presence would help solidify Pittsburgh's receiving core. His experience and professionalism could be invaluable for a team looking to return to playoff contention. For the Steelers, McLaurin represents a relatively low-risk, high-reward addition that could provide immediate impact. A trade to Pittsburgh might also offer McLaurin a chance to be a leader on a team eager to build around its offensive weapons. The cost to acquire Terry McLaurin in a potential trade might be more manageable than many assume. With just 1 year left on his current contract, Washington may not hold out for a first-round pick, especially if they want to avoid losing him for nothing in free agency next year. A second or third-round selection could suffice to bring McLaurin to a new team willing to invest in a proven wide receiver. For contenders or teams looking to upgrade their receiving core, this cost represents a fair price to pay for an elite, consistent playmaker who can transform their offense. Washington's front office will have to weigh the value of the pick against McLaurin's impact on the field and locker room. McLaurin's situation is a classic example of the business side of the NFL clashing with player loyalty and fan sentiment. Fans in Washington have grown attached to McLaurin's gritty, hard-working style and his consistent production despite the team's ups and downs. However, the harsh reality of the league's salary cap and contract negotiations means tough decisions have to be made. If the Commanders cannot agree to McLaurin's financial demands, a trade may be inevitable. That would leave fans grappling with the loss of a beloved player, but also understanding the necessity of balancing budgets and planning for the future. The evolving saga is sure to dominate the offseason narrative for Washington and ripple through the league. From McLaurin's perspective, seeking a new deal makes perfect sense. At 29, he is entering what many consider the prime or twilight of a wide receiver's career, and locking in a significant contract provides security and recognition for years of consistent elite performance. His desire for a 3-year deal around $30 million per year reflects his belief in his own value and the market for top-tier wide receivers. If the Commanders cannot meet these expectations, testing free agency or forcing a trade becomes a logical move. McLaurin's skill set remains in high demand, and several teams are ready to offer him the platform and pay he desires. The coming weeks will reveal how far each side is willing to go. This contract dispute carries significant implications for the Commanders' 2025 season and beyond. Losing McLaurin would create a sizable hole in their offense, especially with his unique ability to make plays and stretch defenses. The team would need to scramble to replace his production and leadership, a challenge that could impact their competitiveness. Conversely, securing McLaurin with a new deal would reaffirm their commitment to building around him as a cornerstone of the offense. This decision could shape Washington's offensive identity and success trajectory in the near future. Either way, the tension surrounding McLaurin's contract adds drama and uncertainty to the Commanders' preseason preparations. Ultimately, the unfolding situation between Terry McLaurin and the Washington Commanders encapsulates the complex nature of NFL contracts and player-team relationships. McLaurin's stellar track record, coupled with his age and contract status, make him a hot commodity in a league hungry for dependable wide receivers. Whether he remains in Washington or moves to a new team, his impact on the league will continue to be felt. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely as training camp approaches, hoping for a resolution that benefits both the player and the team. This story is far from over, promising plenty of twists and turns as the NFL season draws near. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. There's a growing buzz in the NFL world that could shake things up drastically. CeeDee Lamb, the star wide receiver who has dazzled fans and defenses alike with the Dallas Cowboys, might be on the move. Rumors have been swirling that Lamb is considering abandoning the Cowboys and signing with the Washington Commanders. Imagine that. The flashy, dynamic Lamb trading the bright lights of Dallas for a fresh start in Washington. Sources close to the situation hint at behind-the-scenes negotiations heating up, with both teams reportedly exploring a deal that could redefine their offensive strategies. Lamb's talent for making jaw-dropping catches and explosive plays would be a massive boost for the Commanders, who have struggled to find a consistent receiving threat. Fans and analysts alike are speculating about what could have triggered this potential switch, from contract disagreements to strategic shifts within the Cowboys management. The story is unfolding fast, and it's one to watch closely. What's causing the rumble under the radar? It seems there might be some tension brewing between Lamb and the Cowboys front office regarding his contract and future role. Insiders suggest Lamb wants a deal that reflects his elite status, possibly demanding a salary bump that the Cowboys are hesitant to meet given their cap constraints. Meanwhile, the Commanders are reportedly eager to pounce on the opportunity, seeing Lamb as the missing piece in their offense puzzle. Washington's recent drafts and acquisitions indicate they're building around a core that Lamb would perfectly complement. creating a formidable passing attack. The possibility of Lamb joining the Commanders sparks visions of electrifying plays and a surge in the team's competitive edge. This potential signing would also send shockwaves through the division, intensifying rivalries and recalibrating playoff expectations. Fans from both sides are buzzing with anticipation, making this rumor one of the hottest topics in the league right now. The potential move would not just be about Lamb's talent, it's also about the fit. The Commanders' offensive scheme, known for its balanced approach and emphasis on versatility, could play to Lamb's strengths like never before. Coaches are reportedly thrilled at the idea of having a receiver who can line up anywhere on the field, stretch defenses vertically, and create mismatches with his speed and route running savvy. Meanwhile, Lamb's chemistry with the Commanders' young quarterback is a big talking point among insiders. Some suggest the connection between the two could ignite quickly, transforming Washington's offense into a top-tier threat. On the flip side, the Cowboys might feel the sting of losing their top playmaker, forcing them to rethink their offensive strategy and personnel moves. This rumor isn't just about a player changing teams. It's about a ripple effect that could alter the NFL's landscape in unexpected ways. Beyond the on-field implications, the narrative around Lamb's possible departure is rich with drama. Fans have been divided, with some questioning if Lamb's ambition is driving him away from a team that has been his home since the start of his professional career. Others argue this is a natural step for a player looking to maximize his prime years and find the best environment to showcase his skills. The Cowboys' loyal fan base is reportedly anxious, with social media lighting up over the speculation. Meanwhile, Commanders fans are riding a wave of excitement, envisioning Lamb wearing their colors and delivering highlight reel plays on a weekly basis. The locker room dynamics on both teams could shift dramatically if this move happens. Leadership, roles, team morale, and fan support are all factors that will be tested by this potential blockbuster trade or signing. The NFL offseason is rarely dull, but this story might top them all. From a financial perspective, the deal's intricacies are under intense scrutiny. Lamb's market value has soared, given his consistent production and age, and the Commanders are reportedly ready to invest heavily to bring him on board. The contract discussions are said to involve not only salary, but also performance incentives and guarantees, reflecting the high stakes for both player and team. The Cowboys, on their end, might be weighing whether matching such an offer aligns with their long-term salary cap strategy, or if they prefer to channel resources into other positions. This financial tug-of-war adds another layer of intrigue to the rumor as experts analyze cap sheets and potential contract structures to predict how this saga might conclude. And if the Commanders manage to secure Lamb's signature, it could mark one of the biggest offseason moves in recent memory, reshaping expectations for the upcoming NFL season. Rumors are also swirling about how this possible transfer might affect other players on both rosters. For the Commanders, acquiring Lamb could mean shifts in target distribution and perhaps even the roles of some existing receivers. There's talk that younger players might benefit from Lamb's veteran presence, elevating the entire unit's performance. For the Cowboys, losing Lamb could open up opportunities for emerging talents eager to step into the spotlight. The ripple effect extends beyond just these two teams, though, as the dynamics within the division would undoubtedly change. Opponents will need to adjust their defensive schemes in anticipation of Lamb's impact with Washington, creating new strategic battles. The NFL community is abuzz, analyzing how this one move could trigger a cascade of tactical adjustments across multiple franchises. The stakes are high, and the drama keeps escalating. There's also a human side to this unfolding drama. Lamb's journey from a promising college star to a potential franchise centerpiece in a new city adds emotional depth to the story. The pressure of changing teams, adapting to a new playbook, and meeting expectations in a fresh environment weighs heavily on any athlete Insiders suggest Lamb is thoughtfully considering the move, balancing professional aspirations with personal life factors. Family, community, and the chance to become a pivotal figure in Washington are reportedly part of his decision-making process. Meanwhile, the Cowboys locker room might feel the emotional impact of losing a beloved teammate, with veteran players and coaches reflecting on what Lamb's departure could mean for team chemistry. This isn't just a sports story. It's a human story about ambition, loyalty, and the pursuit of greatness under the bright lights of the NFL. The media frenzy around this rumor shows no signs of slowing down. Sports networks, podcasts, and social media channels are buzzing non-stop with takes, predictions, and insider tidbits. Every new development sends waves through fan communities, with debates and discussions dominating sports talk. Some analysts are skeptical, cautioning that while the rumor is plausible, contract negotiations can be unpredictable and nothing is certain until ink hits paper. Others argue that the Commanders' urgency and Lamb's apparent desire for a new challenge make this move almost inevitable. The interplay between rumor and reality fuels a captivating narrative that keeps everyone hooked. This kind of speculation isn't just entertainment, it shapes perceptions, impacts fan engagement, and drives the business of sports media. For now, the rumor mill keeps churning, and fans eagerly await the next headline. If the deal comes to fruition, the NFL landscape could be dramatically altered in the coming season. The Commanders will gain a game-changing weapon, potentially vaulting them into playoff contention and revitalizing their franchise identity. Lamb's explosive style of play would add a new dimension to their offense, forcing defenses to adjust and creating more opportunities for teammates. The Cowboys, on the other hand, might face a rebuilding phase or need to find innovative ways to compensate for the loss of their star receiver. The ripple effects could extend beyond the field, influencing draft strategies, coaching decisions, and even fan loyalty. The NFL thrives on these moments of transformation, where one player's move can ignite a chain reaction that reshapes the competitive balance. As the rumor unfolds, all eyes remain glued to how this potential blockbuster will reshape the game. In the end, the buzz around CeeDee Lamb potentially leaving the Cowboys for the Commanders is more than just a rumor. It's a tantalizing glimpse into the ever-evolving drama of professional football. It embodies the uncertainty, the ambition, and the high stakes that define the sport. Whether Lamb ultimately makes the switch or stays put, the conversations it has sparked will ripple through NFL circles for weeks to come. Fans, analysts, and players alike are caught up in the excitement of what could be a defining moment for both franchises. The NFL offseason often surprises us, and this story could be the biggest surprise of all. Stay tuned, because in the world of football, rumors like this rarely stay rumors for long. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.